Hey everybody, this is author Nikila Shannon, author of the book 7 Days to Pray the Single Away, and also Daughters of the Most High, Why Smart Girls Do Dumb Things, and The God Who Loves Them. Well, I've been MIA this past week, and it was such an emotional week for everybody that I just decided not to get on. We were so bombarded with so much information. We were bombarded with so many people's, deep thoughts and their opinions and things like that, not that I didn't feel like I didn't have anything deep and profound to say, or not that I don't have an opinion on it, because I definitely do. But honestly, I couldn't promise that I wouldn't cuss. I couldn't promise that I would not make a video, that I would not make a video to where I just didn't say all the good words that was passing through my head in such an emotional week. And I laugh, but it's the truth. I become deeply passionate about certain things and certain issues, and I can't always control what comes out of these lips. It is what it is. I promise to always keep it fun, keep it real, but I always got to keep it aligned with the Word of God. And it was just so emotional that I just know that I wasn't going to be able to respond in a godly manner. I made a video that was called Pause, Pray, and Proceed. Well, I had to pause and I had to pray about it, and now I am ready to proceed. And so I have a quote that I think really sums up how I really feel about everything that's going on in the state of, with the whole state of our society. And it's by Albert Einstein. It's from a piece he did called The Negro Question in 1946. I do not believe there is a way in which this deeply entrenched evil can be quickly healed. But until this goal is reached, there is no greater satisfaction for a just and well-meaning person than the knowledge that he or she has devoted his best energies to the service of the good cause. And so with that, with me, I don't think that any of this is going to be fixed overnight. I think that there are some immediate things that can be put into place, but I also believe that this is this is not new. The only thing that's new is the video. Only thing that's new is cell phone. Only thing that's new is technology. But it's been going on. It's been going on since long before any of us was here. And honestly, it'll probably be going on long after we leave. I don't honestly believe that there's such thing as just this whole peace on earth for forever and will never have any kind of conflict. Somebody somewhere will be arguing over their banana being better than the next person's banana. There's just no such thing until we get into heaven, that there just not being this, this great peace on earth, as long as you have people and their opinions and blah, blah, blah. And you guys get what I'm saying. I just don't think some of these things will ever just go away. But what we can do is put processes in place to make sure that it doesn't happen to the extent that it's been happening. And so, again, I don't think there are any quick fixes for anything. I do think that for those of us that do pray, I think we need to pray. And I think that we need to come together on one accord and work together to see what changes can be made. The church used to be very, very vital and very instrumental in changes being made in society. And I think that we are at a place now to where the church as leaders need to stand up. And there's a church on every corner. So there should be people on every corner, police in the neighborhoods, being advocates for people who are pulled over and for people who are appear to be being harassed by the police. There needs to be faces in the neighborhoods. There's no reason why every neighborhood can't have familiar faces within that neighborhood, and the police know them and they know the police, and they know who's patrolling their neighborhoods, and they're able to have an open dialogue about the needs of the community. How can we better help the community? What can we do to partnership and work together? Because it's going to take a partnership to get everything to where it needs to be. And so, we have to somehow come out of this them and us mentality and see what we can do to work together. For those good apples that are in the group, working with the community leaders to make sure that the community is taken care of. And so, there's just no reason why we don't have that. And it's just because of a lack of caring. Quite honestly, it doesn't affect me. It's not at my back door. It's not my kid. It's not my father. It's not my brother. So it don't affect me. I try not to be so cynical, but after 9/11 happened, we all ran to church and we all held hands and we all prayed to God. And then in a couple of weeks, we went back to our Starbucks, we went back to our lattes, we went back to our Pilates classes, because it didn't really affect us anymore. And so I would hate to see that same thing happen with these incidents. We've had incidents before, right? I mean, we got a long list of people who have died at the hands of police in their neighborhoods. And so, but nothing really changed the way it should have changed. And so we just all went back to our lives and we all went back to doing whatever we do. So hopefully this was that boiling point. This was that straw that broke the camel's back. This was that opportunity. So now we can work together with leaders in the community and the police and things like that, so we can have something going positive going for our communities. I do think that, nothing will be healed overnight. There are some quick fixes that can be made, but there has to be a long-term plan in place. And that's with anything. With our life, we have to have immediate goals, short-term goals, and we also have to have long-term goals. And so this is a time when we need to work on both sets of those goals. What do we want our communities to look like? How do we expect things to be handled in our community? How are the police being policed? And all of these different things that need to be taken care of and need to be covered. But we're going to have to come together and work together. And praying is good, and rallying is good, and going to Congress is good, or going to wherever we have to go is good. All of those things are good, and we all have a role to play, and we all need to know our lane and get in it and stay in it. So if it's a leader, and my job is to make sure that all the women in the community feel good about themselves, they taking care of their families, they living sustainable lives and things like that, so they can support businesses or start their own business and be their own boss, or whatever the case may be. Whatever my lane is, I need to get in it and stay in it. As churches, and if you're on the corner of one of those neighborhoods, what is your lane? What can you do to help that community? What can you do to make sure that you have a partnership with the police department and with other representatives of that community, with congressmen and people in all of these different positions within our communities, judges and all of that. Why are we not building those partnerships up through the church? Because that's what we're here for. We're here to go outside the walls of the church and to take care of the least of these. And right now our community is in dire need of our help. So that is my 2 cents on the whole matter. I just think we need to all work together. I think that there are no quick fixes, but there are definitely things that we can do today, and there are definitely steps that we can take to ensure that we never have these types of issues again, and get ourselves on path to being where it is and who it is that God has called us to be in, and being that light in the community and that light in the neighborhood, and taking care of one another, because that's what it's all about. So you guys have an amazing day. This is author Nikila Shannon, author of the book 7 Days to Pray the Single Way, and also Daughters of the Most High, Why Smart Girls Do Dumb Things, and the God Who Loves Them. You guys have an amazing day, and I will see you soon.